Hey guys, it's Aaron's Alpha and we just bought the world's cheapest Giulietta. So guys, we're on the way to go and collect the world's cheapest Giulietta. We'll pull up here. Drop the air ride, as you do. Let's go take a look at it. Grab a key. Here she is. Oh, what a lovely sight. Right, so I need to pull one of these fuses as it has an alarm issue to where the alarm won't stop going off. I'm looking for fuse F10. So that is that way. So yeah, I was right. That is the one we need, is you. Right, some long nose pliers. Should be a piece of cake. There we have it. So that should stop the alarm from going crazy. That way. Now these battery terminals are completely fucked. They just slide on and off willy-nilly. So let's slap this booster pack on it. So we're on there. And that's not a very good connection. We're on there. Recovery truck's just arrived. We've got electrics, we're in neutral, but nothing. So there we have it, guys. There's two Giuliettas on the drive. It has got dark a lot quicker than I was expecting, so we're not going to continue with anything else for today. I'm going to get to bed and hit at it tomorrow. Needs a big clean. Aaron's Alpha. So yeah, big clean, get some cold start on it, get the battery charged up properly, try and start it tomorrow. If things go well, see if she'll start. So as you can see, or I hope you can see, the paintwork is absolutely abysmal. I'll actually even let you guys hear it. That's just me rubbing my fingers on it. It's like sandpaper, the entire car. When I was trying to clean it then, all I could feel was like Scotch-Brite rubbing back on me. It was quite crazy, to be honest. I've never seen a car with paintwork this bad. It's almost as this, so you can see the front where it's just, it literally looks like it's been hit with Scotch-Brite. But other parts of the car, it almost just feels like the lacquer has disintegrated. It also looks like we've got some friends there. Some little spider friends. What should we name them? Leave in the comments, guys. What we're going to call these little spiders. Seems to be plenty of them. So, the first question everyone asks, why have I just bought the cheapest Giulietta in the world? Now, there's a few reasons. The main one will be this bagged show car Giulietta is really at its edge. Really at its end, sorry. There's not much I can do to this car, and then, you know, I build the car on the weekend and go and drive it to work on Monday. Now, the plans I have for the car, don't worry, there is many more plans, but it's got to a point where I can no longer drive this car to work and do the stuff I want to do, which is why I bought the new one. So the plans are to build the stuff I want to do to this car onto this car. Stuff like, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but starting with stuff like wide arch kit. I'm going to build my own custom wide arch kit, starting probably up here at the front fenders, because that's kind of where I've worked out in my head what I'm going to do. This car doesn't run. Might try and get it running, but current situation doesn't run. Now, there's a couple differences with this car and mine, as you can clearly see already. It's a different Alfa Romeo red. I came with this window trim that is black rubber. This one comes with the chrome, so that has definitely opened up a lot of possibilities that I wanted to do to this car. The kind of goal of this series is seeing what I can do to this car. Maybe we can bring it back to life, you know, save an Alfa from the scrapper. Not hopeful, if I'm completely honest, but we're going to be parting the car out, you know, sell parts, and I'm going to try and keep it as a budget-friendly build as possible. I'm going to be doing everything myself. I bought this car, being the world's cheapest Giulietta, for £225. £225, not 2,000, 200. Now, when you think I paid over 9 grand for mine, it kind of makes me sick being able to pick this up so cheap. Right, tell you what, jacking this car up's a hell of a lot easier than trying to jack mine up. Just gonna grab some bricks. This is just to prevent the car from rolling forward. That would be a nightmare. I want to say it's an 8mm. Yeah. There we go. That's one. This other one is a Phillips instead of a proper bolt. Yeah, that one's not having it by the looks of things. I got a slightly bigger Phillips, try that. That one. Oh yes. I have got it. Wow, there's a lot of rust in that. There we go. Ooh, disgusting. But it's out, that's all that matters. Right, now I want to say, yeah, okay. So this kind of ends up being a bit of a pull and pry job. So I'm going to grab a large fillet, flathead, sorry. I'm just going to try and push these clips in. There's one. There's two. Classic rust in the face. But that is the rear diffuser. We've just got one clip out on this side to try and get. You can see, try and angle that there, you can see just how rusty this exhaust piece is. And compare it to a nice new clean bit that's been well done. So it's a custom back box plate for sure. Let's see what other bits I'm seeing. Obviously you've got the lowering spring, it's brand new caliper on the right side, on driver's side there. Looks like the driver's side has had a new arm here too, because it's got writing on as if it's like from a breaker's yard sort of thing. I'm not seeing any sort of under seal. This also looks very new. Actually no, it's just a plastic cover, along with possibly a new shock. Looks like that shock's pretty new. So there's a good bit of loot on this car by the looks of things. See that, worm our way on down. And where are you? Where are you? So now, with the rear diffuser off, I'm gonna take a look first. Yeah, okay. So it does look like it's just a case of pushing a clip in. I don't know if it's one I'll be able to do with my hand. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that, piece of cake. So there's one rear reflector. Let's try and get the other. Hopefully it's the same. And it is. Right, the two rear reflectors off now. Now, I've had a friend request these. He said he wanted some new ones. I said, just got a full GIULIETTA, so I'll get them for him. So we're going to make a bit of our money back with them. Not a lot. We're going to sell them for about £10. Right, I've checked there's nothing left under the car, and we don't need it jacked up any longer. So let's bring it down. And down nice and slowly. So we're all done with the jack and stand now, so we'll put them back. Now, getting these out, not a fun task. I'll tell you that for free. We're just going to pull the first two clips off. There we go. Clips are out. Headlight is not working now. Basically, we're going to undo the arch liner. You know, two bolts there, one up through here. There is a 10mm behind this part of the bumper, a 10mm here, and just these big star nuts here. Now, I've had an issue with one of these star nuts before on my personal car, so I'm going to pray we don't have this here because that's going to make things a real pain. Just going to try and get this in here. Now, I always hate this bit because you just end up cutting all the way through your arm trying to get this bolt off, but it looks like it's coming now. Yeah, definitely wear long sleeves if you're doing this. Hold on a minute. That's not even... Uh-oh. So, you may have heard quite a, like, clunky noise then. And I think the reason for that is that's not the headlight bolt that I've been undoing there. That's the, this fender. Explains why it's body colour. I can actually see, yeah, that there isn't a bolt for these headlights down there, so maybe I was wrong. Maybe they have been off before. So, right, with that out, it is now time to wrestle with this thing. Yeah, so that is completely loose. Now, I'd like to say the technique for this, and I'm sure there probably is, but I certainly don't know it. Although I say that, I've just pulled that out with ease. This also appears to be missing the back cap, which isn't great, but there you go, you can see straight into it, but that's not the end of the world. So, before we get started on the next headlight, we've already had someone say that they're after the airbox. Now, I'm just going to drop him a couple messages first, just double check the exact area he wants, because I don't know, does he want this full tube to the turbo? Does he just want the airbox? And whatever we can keep, I want to keep. Right, so how the hell does this come off? That's annoying. Right, so I've just spoke to the guy that's after buying it, and he said he's literally only after the housing, that he's not even after a filter. Because like you heard, I don't really want to sell a K&M filter for that cheap if it turns out that it is one of them. I've put one on my car with, obviously I've got an induction kit, and that K&M filter cost me like 70 quid or something, nearly 60, 70 quid. But I've just spoke to him then, he's got a filter, it's not an issue. So we're gonna get this apart, and I'm gonna take the filter out and keep it, quite frankly, so because I can sell that separately. That should be quite an easy sale too, with it just being a general universal filter. Whack it on MarketPlace, see what we get for it. But we're getting 45 quid for the box. So 10 for the rear reflectors, 45 quid for the airbox. So we're already up to 55 quid. Now obviously we are keeping track. The recovery cost 50 quid. So we've made the recovery price back, essentially. So I'd say for 2 days of owning the car, we're not doing too bad. Hopefully I am looking to, tighten it. I am looking to make a profit on the car, would be good. I'm going to hope that this kind of just lifts out when I separate this pipe. Now, it is full of oil. Oh yes, look at that. Sounds like it's full of water too. Ooh, fingers. Fingers, fingers, fingers. That's not good. What the hell is that from? It's from in there. Right, well, let's just leave that for a second. Let's get it opened up. So it's not that, probably an 8. There we go, it's a 7. Yeah, it's a K&M filter, wow! It's a big one too. And it is covered in oil. But that is an absolute find. Very happy with that. Got some shitty clips in there. Right, so well, we've got the housing off there. I might give it a little wash for him, but I'll do that off camera. So after that little mention of oil in the intake, I just want to show you guys, for any of you that own a Giulietta, the reason for that. And it's this right here. I call this the oil decanter. I think some people call it an oil separator. But essentially it allows excess oil that boils over to come up through the head, collect in here, and it also has a vac line coming from just past the throttle body, so the intake manifold, that comes back around to the turbo. Now the issue is, sometimes the oil levels can get too high in this decanter, and when it pulls some air through that vac line, it will push the oil all the way down and straight into this intake pipe. Absolutely rubbish, stupid design, because it is literally feeding oil directly through your turbo. The car burns the oil, it's not good for the engine, not good for the turbo. In general, just a terrible design. Okay, there we go. It just seems to have a extra clip. There we go. So, 2 headlights out. So, here we are. We've got all the bits off that we need to get off for this weekend. We've sold airbox, 45 quid. Reflectors, 10 quid. Headlights I've took off for my own personal use. I plan to, split them, make my own custom headlights, some LEDs in. I'm not completely sure on them yet. We may have a poll over on Instagram to kind of get an idea of what to do with them. We've found out that we've got this lovely K&M filter, which is always good to see. Forgot where I was now. Got interrupted by a pedestrian there. Funnily enough, it's a woman that's threatened to call the police on me before. What can you do when she's there trying to have a nice chat with me? So we've got all the bits out. We're going to be keeping track here. I'm going to put up on screen here, list the money we've spent and the parts we've sold, and at the end of the series want completely even or profit. That would be the goal. So we're going to do this at the end of every video, see where it goes. But with that, with all these bits done, I'm not going to make you guys sit through and watch me tidy up this mess I've made. So have a good one, and I'll see you next time.